Hi, I'm Dr. Joan Friedman. Welcome to Twin Tuesday. Many of my viewers have asked, how is the best way to handle twins who are biting one another? Usually toddler twins. This is a very common problem, and actually singleton toddlers have the same issue, except they just don't have another little toddler right next to them that they can bite into. So, of course, with twins playing together and being in such close proximity to one another, there's much more of a possibility that they will bite one another. So the best thing I think to do is to try to stop it before you see it happening. But if you cannot do that, then grab the one who's bitten the other one and give him something else to bite, like a teething toy or a cloth or something. Pick up the child that's been bitten and give him a lot of hugs and say to the one who's been the biter, you can't play right now. There's no biting. And of course, toddlers have such limited language, and that's also so frustrating. And they also have, teeth coming in. It's a bunch of different issues that makes this such a problem. And I know it's such a problem with twins because they're sharing things together and doing things together. And, in the flick of an eye, one bites the other and you've turned around and it already happens. So it's just a question of, again, consistently have a consequence to the one who's biting the other one. And hopefully over time, he or she will get the message and stop. I also was I was reading a Facebook post the other day and I felt compelled to sort of say something about it. And I know a lot of what was being written was sort of tongue in cheek, but it was about adult twins writing about their experiences growing up where their parents counted out exactly the number of grapes or the number of Cheerios or the number of potato chips, and that mothers and fathers were very concerned about this idea of equality because, of course, the twins put up a fuss and kept yelling, it's not fair and it's not fair. All children yell, it's not fair, but especially when there are two of you yelling at the same time, it's virtually awful. And parents so often just give in rather than make an effort not to do that. And I think it's so important not to do that because it's really what's behind it is a bigger message. When I deal with a lot of young adult twins that are having difficulty in their relationship, if one has something and the other one doesn't, there's such a sense of disgrace because they've grown up believing and accepting that their lives will sort of organize in a parallel way. And it starts with this whole idea of you can both have the equal amount of Cheerios, or you both can get shoes, or you both can get a pair of pants, or you both can get a ball. There's no sort of modeling that life is not going to be fair all the time, nor will it more likely not really ever be equal. No one's lives are very much equal, even twins. So I think it's important to really focus on giving twins what they need rather than making sure that they both have the same thing. So if one needs a pair of shoes and the other one doesn't, that one doesn't get shoes. The same with clothing or pajamas or anything. Make it related to a need, not make it related to a sense that I have to get both of them the same thing because they're both going to be mad and I don't want to show any favoritism. So I have to get two of the same. Well, you can do that when they're younger, but as they get older and they have much more of a sense of why you're getting what you're getting, it's really best to be able to diversify and figure out what they need rather than getting them both the same thing so you can keep them quiet and so there's less conflict. And it really will help them as they grow up because they won't have this expectation that life is the same for both of them. Thank you. I'll see you next week.